Adiana to lock bonon again. Gambling butter, gambling fish. And sweet jelly. Continental food, madam.
Hello sweet team, welcome back to my channel. This is Sweet Ajele. I hope you can hear the excitement in my voice, and that is because our mozzarella cheese video is back, and it is even better than ever. Yes, after taking this down, so many of y'all wanted it back, and here you have it. But this time I share how you can make it with and without rennet, so you get to choose which one is better for you. Will you nail it? Will you fail it? Well, you have to try it to find out. Let's get started. We begin by measuring a cup of non-chlorinated water, preferably spring water. To that, we will add 1 1/4 teaspoon of citric acid. Give it a good stir until it dissolves beautifully and set it aside. Next, we will need a gallon of cold whole milk. Ensure that it is full fat. Now, the original recipe calls for buffalo milk, but I don't have it where I am, so we will be using whole cow milk. Okay, to this we'll add our water with the citric acid, and we will stir it in quickly. We will now transfer this onto our stove top and heat it up until it is at 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Here I have 1/2 cup of water. To that, I'll be adding 1/2 teaspoon of vegetable rennet. At this point, my milk is at 90 degrees, so it is time for us to add in our water and rennet mix. Stir everything in quickly and cover it up and allow it to rest for about 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, let's check our curds. It has formed beautifully, so we're going to go ahead and cut it up. Please use a regular knife. I'm using a plastic knife because I don't want to ruin my pot, okay?
Continental food, madam. Food, madam. International food captain. We'll show you how to make pizza, jollof, banku and okra soup, sushi and pastries. All this and more. Sweet
Alright, y'all, once you're done cutting, you want to turn your fire back on, and we're going to heat up our whey to about 110 to 120 degrees Fahrenheit, and this will begin softening our curds back up. Okay, and while doing this, you want to check the temperature from time to time to ensure that you are at the right temperature. I am at 110 degrees Fahrenheit right now, so I began stirring it. I'm doing it very gently. I am not stirring it vigorously at all. As you can see, it is very gently, and I'm trying to gather the curds. And the easiest way that I find that you can do this is to kind of gather and press it to the walls of your pot, and then keep gathering the rest into the same direction. You don't want to be stirring this any other way. Okay, so this is how I do it, and this helps gather the curds together while still checking the temperature. I don't want it to go over 120 degrees. As soon as it hits 120, I'll put the fire to its lowest setting and continue gathering my curds. But don't worry, I'll speed this up for you.
Continental food, madam. Food, madam. International food captain. We'll show you how to make pizza.
Now that I've gathered up all the curds, I'm going to get it out of the way and transfer it into a bowl where I will be able to work it to create the stretchiness. But keep the heat on under your way to ensure that it stays nice and hot. It is now time for us to turn it, and it looked like it's going to fall apart, but with my fufu making skills, I just turn over and press, turn it over and press down, and you will see the stretchiness beginning to happen already. You may use a spatula for this, but I find using my hand to be the easiest way. So if this is too hot for you, you may use a heat resistant glove, or like I said, your spatula. Always remember not to overwork your cheese, because then you may just mess it up, okay? And we don't want that. I'm just going to go ahead and add some of the whey into it, and I'm going to go ahead and flavor it with some salt. I'm using iodized salt. If you can get cheese salt, by all means use that, because making cheese, you want to use all cheese making things, but I just used iodized salt, and as you can see, it worked. Okay, yes. As I said earlier, you don't want to work it too much, so I just tuck it under into itself, and then I just squeeze it to rip it into a ball, just like this. So it is nice and beautiful. I am going to go ahead and continue the process until I've made all my tiny little mini balls. Okay, yes, this is one way you can do it, and when you are on the last one, you just tuck it into itself and you will be done. The water is hot. If you can't handle it, wear heat resistance glove or use your spatula. Allow the water to cool down a bit before shaping it. Okay, and there you have it. It is nice and ready to store. I'm just going to wrap each one with plastic wrap, and it is best to enjoy this within a week of making it. In making cheese, I realized that the one with rennet usually only lasts for up to a week. Okay, so store in your refrigerator and enjoy within a week. Alright, y'all, what if your curds look like this? It is absolutely beautiful, very nice and soft, but there's no need to cut this, and we can try to shape it and make it into a ball in the pot because it is so soft. You can try to do that, but I usually just scoop it into a colander like this and allow all the whey to simply drip out, and then the curd will be much more firm and solid, making it easier to work with. Especially for beginners, you don't want to start messing around with these curds because you may just fail this recipe completely. I allowed it to sit, and as you can see, it is more solid now. All the whey is out of it, and in the meantime, I was heating up my whey and it is boiling now. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some of the whey into my bowl, and to that I'll add some salt to taste. Once I add the salt, I'll then go ahead and add our curds. And my sweets, look how perfect this look. This makes for a wonderful presentation. The colander gave it a beautiful design. Alright, y'all, so put it in your nice and flavored whey. Add some more whey to the top of it, and I'm going to just begin to fold and press, this time using my spatula. So as I said, you can use your spatula or you can use your hands, whichever one is more comfortable for you. And I'm folding and pressing down, and this will help me begin to create the stretchiness that I need in making mozzarella cheese. Okay, now to have a more controlled cheese making experience, you can divide this in half and make it half at a time. All right, and when your water begins to cool down, immediately add some of your hot whey or hot water to it to keep it going, because if the water gets too cold, you won't be able to create the stretchiness that you're looking for. All right, I hope you're enjoying this so far. If you are, give this video a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe before leaving and leave an amazing comment. I do love reading your comments. Also, do not forget to share this with your friends and family so that they can find the easiest way to make mozzarella cheese on YouTube right here on Sweet Ajele's channel.
Continental food, madam. Food, madam. International food captain. We'll show you how to make pizza, jollof, banku and okra soup, sushi and pastries. All this and more. Sweet Ajele. Go go, go go, gaga, go. Sweet Ajele. Go go, go go, Sweet Ajele. Continental food, madam. Food, madam. International food captain. We'll show you how to make pizza, jollof, banku and okra soup, sushi and pastries. All this and more. Sweet Ajele. Go go, go go, gaga, go. Sweet Ajele. Go go, gaga, go. Sweet Ajele.
Now let's move on to the milk vinegar version. This one is without rennet. In my pot, I'll add half a gallon of milk, and we're going to heat this up until it is at 140 degrees Fahrenheit, or until our fingers can no longer tolerate how hot it is. Now, if you cannot do the finger test, please be sure to have a thermometer for this, because I had some people saying, why are you telling people to put their fingers in hot milk? I can do that. You may not be able to do that, so please get a thermometer. And I just stole a little bit because I need it to make a starter for yogurt. Okay, at this point it's at the temperature. I turn the heat off, and I'm going to go ahead and add in my half a cup of white vinegar, and the acidic level is 5%. Okay, so I give this a quick stir, and I'm going to go ahead and cover it up to trap the warmth to give me some nice soft curds. 5 minutes later, and this is what we have. These curds are absolutely beautiful, so I'll transfer it into my sift right here. Now, for those of you that had issues with your curds going right through your strainer, that may mean that your holes in the mesh are bigger. Mine are very fine, so it is perfect for this process. So if yours isn't, you don't want to use this method. What you can do is to gather the curd to the side and press it to the walls of your pot like I did the first method using rennet. Okay, at this point I'm going to season my whey with some salt and turn the fire back on, and I'll begin turning my curds. So I just turn and press it down, turn, press, and I don't want to cut any clips because I want you to watch this form into a ball. Do I fail at this sometimes? Absolutely. If you want to see videos of me failing, let me know and I will try some and fail just for you. But you know, I have to do all the trials and errors and bring you all the best. Okay, in my original video, the people that tried and got it, they were so excited that this was the easiest, and in my opinion, it absolutely is. The people that failed at it, on the other hand, resulted to insulting me and calling me all kinds of names. Please try this if you want to, but keep in mind that you may fail or you may just nail it. And we just did. And our Princess Momo is happy about that. So there you have it. I'm going to put it back in the way to not only flavor it up, but also to soften it up for me a bit so I can shape it up and make it into a ball. Okay, let's stretch it up to see if it worked. And as you can see, it is stretching beautifully. There is absolutely no rennet in here, and we still have our mozzarella cheese. And as always, once it stretches like this, you are done. There is no need to keep stretching and balling and stretching and balling, because it'll become tough, making it hard to melt. Okay, so we will transfer this into some cold water to cool it down, and then I'll wrap it up and into my refrigerator it'll go. This one, on the other hand, I'm able to keep for up to a month. Yes, for some reason this one lasts longer than the one with rennet. And there we have it. Our homemade mozzarella cheese is ready. But in order for me to be able to differentiate between this one and the one with rennet, I'm going to put this one in a bag. Okay, make my life easy. Going to make some cheesy toast. So this right here is the one with rennet, and this is the one without rennet. Into our oven it goes, and we're going to let it melt or heat up for about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, once it comes out, this right here is the one without rennet. So this is the stretch that we get from that one. Good for me. I love the flavor of that, by the way. The vinegar gives it an amazing flavor, but to each their own. And this is the one with rennet, and this is the stretch. Obviously the one with rennet stretches a little more than the one without rennet. This is how I love to enjoy it. Oh my goodness. Tomatoes with mozzarella and basil, or even pesto sauce. I am in heaven. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give your girl a thumbs up and be sure to try it. Share and subscribe if you have not done that yet. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to my channel. This is Sweet Ajele. Thank you so much for subscribing. And to the Sweet team, I love you all so much. Until I see you in my next video, stay safe, keep loving each other, and remember that the love of God and family is life's greatest blessing. And guys, ke onamini ochemi sweet mahabotu. Bye y'all.